You acknowledge Ebro.
I don't see the need, to be totally honest with you. To be 100%, I don't see the need. And it's like, yo, I met him twice in my life, right? And I've never said this anyway. I met him twice in my life. Last time I met him, I think was this year. It was this year. It was at Colin Kaepernick's Know You're Right camp. And, you know, he walked up to me and he gave me a pound. And he was like, yo, my name's, you know, such and such. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then like 20 minutes later, he was asking me to take a picture. He was like, yo, fam, you know we gotta take a picture. And I was like, I'm not taking no picture with you.
Wait a minute.
I'm like, yo, you slandered me on the radio 100 miles per hour. You called me a coon, Uncle Tom, and you want to take a picture?
Wait.
And he was like, nah, I'm just saying, I never said you wasn't talented. I just said that, you know, I didn't like what you did with Tommy Lauren. He asked me to take a picture, bro. Like,
we got Ja Rule on the phone. Let's see what Ja's thoughts on this tragedy. Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this? Like, this is ridiculous.
Damn, wait.
I don't want to dance. I'm scared
I
to death.
just want to make sure I'm hearing things correctly.
yeah,
Is that the story? Really?
that's a fact. He might deny it, but that's a fact.
This is why that's funny. You know how like you check in whatever hotel it is, the Radisson or whatever, and they offer you like a chocolate chip cookie or some shit. You just it does something to your man.
You don't want
offer
chocolate
me
chip
a
cookies from the Radisson.
Asking another man for a picture is kind of like.
Listen, matter of fact, ask Scotty Beam. You and Scotty Beam cool, right?
Yes.
Ask Scotty Beam. Scotty Beam was there.
Me and Deani are very cool.
Because I actually wanted Scotty on a show, the same show I wanted Ak on. I wanted Scotty on, and she didn't do it. And the reason she didn't do it was because of her relationship over there. And I respect that, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's when the radio politics fucks up the next generation. Because she shouldn't feel like she has to choose sides when it comes to some other form of media based off her affiliation over there.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? Like I said that. That was a conversation we had in that moment. And it's so weird because we actually talked there for a while, but no pictures came out. Well, actually, people did try to take pictures, and he was like, "Oh, he don't want to take a picture with me." So it's like I don't see the need.
You think it was a setup?
Nah, it wasn't a setup. It's just that I know that
Ebro's smart. He could have had an angle for it.
I know that's not real. Like I just know it's not real. Like it's not a real situation. Like whatever I hear when people tweet me and they're like, "Oh, they getting at you on the radio," I'm like, okay, cool. Like it don't benefit me to go at them in any way, shape, or form.
I'm still not off a nigga asking for a picture. Let me be perfectly honest.
Yo, fam,
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
rough, man. Ebro, really, come on, man. I can't look at Ebro doing that. I can't.
That's a little.
No, that's why I think there
he-
was something behind it. Ebro's smart, man.
No.
Nah, it's just attention.
He was gonna be on that Summer Jam screen.
You want attention.
Yeah.
Listen, now you're gonna take the picture and it's gonna be all over Baller Alert and Shade Room and everywhere else.
You think Ebro would post that picture?
Why not? Why else would you want to take it?
Why would Ebro post that picture?
I
gonna
think
shoot
there's
Ebro
something
some bail.
behind it.
I don't think Ebro's posting. Even if he asked to take that picture, why Ebro would look like a fucking nutcase to post a picture of Charlamagne?
Joe,
See, but that's what I mean. This nigga's celebrity is getting bigger. If niggas are asking him to take pictures, why is Ebro asking Charlamagne to take a picture if that story is true?
I'm not gonna lie.
Again, I
What
think
the fuck I got
there's something behind it. I think Ebro had a plan.
Maybe.
So
The plan was.
I don't know what the plan was, but-
The plan is to get retweets. And like, what are you talking about?
I don't think Ebro would do that.
The plan is to get
You're digging
retweets.
too deep into it. The plan is
I know Ebro,
retweets.
so I know there is typically something deeper in Ebro when he moves.
Man, listen, man.
I think he was gonna have you on a Summer Jam screen.
That's
That
cool.
picture was.
In a tutu like Prodigy. Photoshop.
I don't know, man.
Listen, none of that stuff bothers me. And the reason it don't bother me is because I came to New York in 2006 with Wendy's show. Left New York in 2008. Was out for a minute, came back, went to Philly, came back here in 2010. I feel like I've accomplished a lot in the past 6-7 years. Would you say so, Joe?
I would agree.
You've been in the radio game.
I would agree.
Do you feel like I've accomplished a whole lot? Like,
That's true.
your podcast.
I'm not gonna ask you for a picture,
A lot
but
of
yeah.
TV shows, executive producing TV
I
shows,
don't show me for
New
a
York
picture.
Times best-selling book. I'm doing okay. Would you say that I've maybe even lapped some of the people who've been here in New York for a long time?
Talk your shit.
I'm just asking.
I would say so.
Yeah.
All right, slow
Absolutely.
down. I got to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Lap. How big is the thing? How big is
One lap.
How big is the track? Who's he lapped?
I'm not gonna
He's lapped.
name
He's lapped.
names.
He's
I'm
lapped.
pussy still.
You said that. What the fuck you saying now?
I'm just asking. Do you think so?
I think that you have a lot in common with the people that are against you. And what I will say is part of my issue with Ebro and Peter.
Oh, he's another one. That's ridiculous. He's another one that's ridiculous. Like,
and that really,
I'm gonna tell you, like, okay, I'll tell you another story, which I don't even understand, and that's why I ignored him. Before the election, he's sending me texts like, "Yo, we need to come together and
Peter.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
And
Okay,
go against Donald Trump.
Okay.
Why do I need you to go against Donald Trump?
It's power numbers.
What are you talking about? But why would you want to ride with a motherfucker you claim to hate? Like, that's what I don't be understanding. Like, that shit is
I'm not mad at that
me.
one.
Is it radio hate or is it?
No, I'm not mad.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's probably just competition.
If I saw Flex out or Mr. C, I wouldn't even speak to them. I damn sure wouldn't ask him for no picture. I damn sure wouldn't send them no email and be like, "Yo, let's work together."
Well, that's you.
Donald.
My beef with
ways.
Peter and Ebro, maybe not so much Ebro, but a lot of times Peter is, they have let not only my relationship with Charlamagne, but I think artists having a relationship with Charlamagne affect their relationship.
That's true
with them. So when Charlamagne is calling me a woman beater every fucking week on
I
there,
haven't called you a woman beater in years.
I mean, it don't matter. But I'm saying when it was happening, Peter is looking like, well, you continue to go up there, you continue to fuck with them, but over here and my brain never operates that way. Like, my brain never operates like I handle people just in my dealing with them. Not in relation to what the fuck they do with somebody else. Man, if I was like that in this industry.
By the way, we've never played that game. Our artists, we've never said, "Yo, you go over there, you can't come to us." They do that to us all the time. We've never done that. Because to me, I'm like, yo, the best interview is going pop anyway.
Yeah.
It don't matter to me. Like, go ahead, do your thing. Like, you do your thing, we're gonna do ours, and the people are gonna gravitate towards whatever interview they gravitate to.
All right, look, ladies and gentlemen, Pond the Internet's Pond the Podcasts. My name was brought up yesterday. And look, we talk greasy about people at the other radio stations and Charlamagne and et cetera, and Nessa hates when I say their names.
Yes.
But my issue is I believe some of these people are dirtbags, straight up and down.
Okay.
They do good things. And we all come together at times to do the right thing at the right times. And Nessa had started alongside Colin Kaepernick the Know Your Rights camp. And we were at the Audubon Ballroom up in Harlem. Shout to the whole Shabazz family and everybody that was there that day, the kids and everything. Nessa, you asked me at the time, was it okay for Charlamagne to come to the event? Yes?
Yes, I wanted to make sure you were comfortable because, I know that you two have had your personal differences. And obviously, I'm cool with Charlamagne. And the importance of having you both there was that you both have been very vocal and supportive of Colin and really supporting communities and kids and wanting, everyone to feel empowered. And you were completely great with it. You were good with it. And
now, and for the record, me and that dude don't have personal problems.
Right.
We don't have a personal relationship. It's radio. We talk greasy. We whatever. He talks greasy about people that work at Hot. I talk greasy about people that work at there. It's not personal. Let's be clear. And I didn't like him meeting with the blonde lady that was on the internets talking about Black Lives Matter is the same as KKK, and then putting up a video where he was making he said all black dicks matter, or black. What did he say? Something about all black dicks matter, or something like that.
Right.
While you're being jolly with this white woman who clearly has negative things to say about people trying to do positive, negative things to say about Beyonce, and the list goes on. And I feel like that's playing in the black stereo. Like, you making dick jokes, bro. Like, that's cooning to me.
Right.
Doesn't mean you're not talented. Doesn't mean I hate you or I have any personal issue with you. I think that's cooning. So we're at the event. I introduced myself to him and his security. Just, they're in the room, we're in the room. I think Cass One was there. Scotty Beam was there.
Sorry, continue.
And, I walk over and introduce myself. Nessa, what did you ask me to do?
I honestly, because everyone was in great spirits, everyone was conversing, kids wanted to take photos with you and they wanted to take photos with him, and they were so happy to see you two there that I asked you, hey, E, if it's okay, when you guys converse and talk things out, I think it's important that you guys take a picture together for those who couldn't be there to see that you guys were able to come together, put differences to the side to show what really matters, and that's to, empower kids, especially from all over the boroughs, that it's bigger than just radio differences or whatnot. And you were okay with it. You said no problem. And so when I found out that it was a weird situation.
So I walked over to him, as you asked.
So you did.
Asked him, I said, hey, Nessa would like us to take a photo together. He says, nah, I'm not taking a photo with you. I was like, yo, what's your problem? Like, we're here for the event. It's bigger than us. Like, let's do the photo. Nah, you called me a coon. I'm not taking a photo with you. We not cool. I was like, well, you were cooning. You do coon things. But if you can't see above this back and forth and you can't see that this is bigger than us, then, it is what it is. We went on to have dialogue about his disdain for Rosenberg, other things like Mr. C and him going at Mr. C, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I moved on. And I let Nessa know, hey, he's not cool with it. Now, Nessa, did you have a conversation with him?
I did, and I felt bad because because everything was so positive that it was going to go in, obviously the right direction. So I went to him and I told him, hey, that was all me. And I had talked to E about that. And that's the reason why he came up to you. And so to everybody's credit, I probably should have told him ahead of time because he probably was thrown off guard. And I feel bad for you, E, because you did do the right thing. You took the high road and you were really thinking about the bigger cause.
And by the way, haven't brought this issue up on the air, haven't talked about it, right? Now you go on the podcast with Joe Budden. You bring the story up. You don't even tell that part of the story, dude.
Well, that's
that
why. Benefit the
that's
story.
why.
The point of the
right,
story
but that's why you're a piece of shit, bro.
Well,
that's why he's a piece of shit.
Nessa, you might not be into this part.
But that's my point. That's my point. My point in all of this is that a lot of these characters think they're so important. You're not that. None of us are that important. Like, especially, and I know he talked about Rosenberg reaching out to come together over registering people to vote. And he wasn't cool with that. Because once again, you think you're that important. We have opportunities, we have microphones, we have platforms, we have the community listening. There are times when we got to put BS aside, like going back and forth about radio shows or differences of opinion about this and that, or name calling, like whatever. Yo, fam, you're on a podcast with Joe Budden. You called him a woman beater for years. Y'all put that aside and are doing a podcast. Like, really, fam?
That's facts.
That's facts.
Hi.
Hey, Nessa.
You went on the radio multiple times and accused someone of a crime. And y'all are doing a podcast, but you can't stand next to me for Colin Kaepernick's movement, and you're there, and you're only there because I was comfortable with you being there, fam. I put all my issues aside because I don't care. It's stupid. The stuff we do on the radio is dumb. It's for fun. I make fun of you for fun. That's it. It's not that deep.
Ebro, I would just like to offer that previous to when I reached out around the election time, he had come for he had really put me in a bad spot professionally. He had made up things about me personally. He had done a lot of negative things towards me. And when the election started getting scary, my thought was, oh, he's trying to do stuff with voting. So wouldn't it be cool if these two stations that typically don't get along did an event together to raise awareness for voter registration? And he openly admitted on the Budden podcast, he was like, nah, why? And it's like, I don't even like you, but I don't hate you enough that I don't want to support you to make sure Donald Trump doesn't become president. Like, what are we talking about? But, you could hear that's what happened on the podcast. It's very clear how he feels.
So I wanted to take the time. Nessa, thank you for your time. I appreciate all the work you're doing and having me and inviting Colin and to the station and just making this one happy family for the community. So I want to salute you for that. I apologize that I had to bring you into this.
Ebro, I'm sorry for putting you in a bad position.
But here's the thing. I didn't even think that big a deal of it. It actually shows me how small-minded people are. Because even on the Joe Budden podcast, the little peanut gallery up there, little dudes sit around and snicker and back up Joe. Shout to Rory, I love you. Academics, we've emailed, you're a good guy. Y'all are thinking about likes. You guys are talking about blog posts. Oh, Ebro probably trying to set you up. It was a bigger play. The bigger play is the community and children making sure that they see black men, men coming together to do something positive. That's the bigger play, you fucking dummy.
Well, thank you, Nessa.
Wait, Ebro, so does this mean you won't have a little gathering all together and talk things out, or
I'm sure Ebro still would.
There is no hash out, guys. There's no personal problem.
Well,
if we sat down, I'm still going to be like, yo, fam, you was cooning when you was standing up there with Tommy Loren acting like it was all good. And I don't care if people being like, oh, he was explaining to her. Yo, fuck her, man. Don't explain nothing to her.
But, Ebro, you would still come together for a cause.
Yes,
that's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Yes. As would I.
It's not about us, guys. We just have cool-ass jobs. We do these jobs to help people get through the day, get some information, and feel good. That's what the job is for. It's not for you.
Thanks, guys.
I feel terrible, E. I put you in a bad situation.
No, don't. I told you these people are snakes and dirty and selfish. I told you that a long time ago.
We did. That's the only thing.
I feel if I talked to him first, it wouldn't have turned like that.
Nessa, what did he say to you after everything happened? Did you guys talk?
No, honestly, we didn't. I think it was more of a shock. And that's why I feel like this is bigger than what it really has to be. Had I had a conversation with him ahead of time, like, hey, it would really mean a lot to us to show that you guys are putting differences to the side because the kids are really so happy that you're here. So that's why, E, I understand because you have so much passion to help kids. I feel bad this went sideways, and
It's not, Nessa, it's not sideways, Ma. This happened how long ago?
This is a very long time ago.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 months ago. Yeah.
This is, and he's bringing it up. He's bringing it up on a podcast now. Why?
Well, to play you and make you sound like a groupie who wanted a picture with him.
To try to play me once again to make for himself.
Maybe he didn't believe it. Maybe, look, and I'm not taking sides. Maybe
we're at the Audubon Ballroom where Malcolm X was shot, Nessa, with children talking about their rights and police brutality. What's not to get?
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty basic, but I hear you, Nessa, and you're a great person, not only for the work you do, but for, trying to you work with both of us. You work with him at MTV, you work here, so I appreciate the situation you're in, but you could appreciate our frustration when we've made multiple attempts to try to do the right thing, and instead of getting greeted with it, it's turned around and trying to play us publicly instead. And he's a genius at it because he didn't lie. Ebro did ask for a picture. So he didn't lie. He just didn't tell the truth. And that's the part that's annoying and I think messed up.
Yeah.
But we love you.
That's what we love you.
Because I don't want you guys.
There is no you guys. There's no escalation. There's no beef. The reason I'm doing this is only because it was brought up. I'm only doing this so the internet knows the truth. I keep trying to explain to people that these motherfuckers is bitches.
Okay,
and they act like snakes and they dirty.
Okay, E, come on.
Nice and easy.
Come on.
Yo, it's dirty. Am I lying? Is it dirty or not?